Welcome to the High Vibe Moms Club, the podcast for ambitious women ready to ditch burnout, diet culture, and mom guilt so they can feel hot, healthy, and radiant from the inside out. I'm your host, Shannon, and this isn't just another wellness podcast. It's a movement. If you're ready to raise your vibe, reset your health, and step into your most confident self, you're in the right place. Hello, my beautiful friend. Today's topic is something that mamas ask me about literally all of the time. Either they are thinking about doing it or they have done it before and felt like they failed. So let's get into it. Fasting. Have you ever tried intermittent fasting because someone said it would boost fat loss only to follow this plan for a week, 2 weeks, whatever it may be, and you end up just tired, irritable, and still bloated? Here's the thing. People who encourage just like intermittent fasting, don't eat for 16 hours, it affects women differently than men. And if you're not syncing your fasting routine with your cycle and stress levels, you could actually be slowing your metabolism. So today we're going to talk about how to fast like a woman in order to heal your gut, repair your cells, and in a way that works with your body and not against it. So the reason why women need a different approach than men is because we have more complex hormones. And when we fast too long or too often, we increase cortisol, that stress hormone, which tells the body to hold on to fat and disrupts ovulation, maybe your thyroid function, gut health. There are so many disruptors if you don't fast properly as a woman. And fasting is a tool. When used properly, it can help reduce inflammation. It can help improve digestion and even reset insulin sensitivity. But if it's overused, it becomes a stressor, especially if you're already juggling a house full of kids, work, workouts, and sleep deprivation. So you're like, okay, cool. Now, how do we actually use fasting as a tool? What I recommend is a 12-hour overnight fast. And that is essentially once you finish dinner, let's say 7 p.m., you don't eat again until breakfast at 7 a.m. And this window gives your digestive system time to rest and repair while you sleep, which also helps support your gut lining and reduces bloating. Why 12 hours? That is because after 10 hours, your body starts to shift from digestion to repair mode, cleaning out damaged cells, supporting your gut microbiome, and allowing your gut to really heal. And when your gut is healed, your metabolism, your mood, your energy all improve. And if you're like, okay, cool, so what's the issue with doing it for 16 hours? If I want to make sure, after that 10-hour mark, like we're cleaning up shop. And yes, you can work your way up to that 16-hour fast if it feels good for you. But let's break down how to do that. And this is why so many women get it wrong is they just jump to that straight 16-hour fast. They're like, cool, I lost fat. I feel a little better. And then within a month or less than that, they start to feel depleted. Because fasting for more than 12 hours is good during certain phases of your cycle, which is the first 14 days. So there's the follicular and ovulatory phases. Those always just are such a mouthful. Because this is when you have higher estrogen levels, which makes the body more resilient to the stress of fasting. So if you have that 28-day cycle, those first, like menstruation day 1 all the way up to 14 is your optimal time. And you can even tell, like, when you're ovulating, you feel stronger, you feel more energized. Like, that is the time to try that more than 12-hour fast. And then once you get to the luteal phase, which is typically days 15 to 28, and you'll really start to feel it the week before your period. That's when you really need to focus on more nourishment and not restriction. And so during the luteal phase, progesterone is higher, which increases your need for calories and having that stabilized blood sugar. So if you try to fast through this phase, you'll likely feel anxious, exhausted, and crave everything in sight. And that is not a lack of discipline. That is literally biology. And this is also why I don't believe in tracking calories and macros. Again, with our phase and our cycles, we're so cyclical beings that it's not going to be the same thing every day. Okay, so back to back to fasting. So instead of forcing your body into these longer fasts, you want to start with that 12-hour window. And so in that luteal phase, even you can skip fasting. So if you want to do it for days 1 through 14 and then kind of just do the 12 hours the rest of the time, that is the best bet. And if you're like, girl, I'm hungry, I want something before bed, it's not the end of the world if you have a little bit of snacky snack on those days leading up because we're hungry naturally. So, in order to get the most benefits out of your fasting, too, I know some people who are like, oh, if I'm, fasting for 16 hours, I'm going to eat everything that I want in that other 8-hour window. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Okay. You should still be focusing on eating balanced, blood sugar friendly meals, especially at breakfast. After that fast, you want to focus on getting your protein in, preferably from eggs, steak, chicken, salmon. You want to get your healthy fats like avocado. And even make sure to get some carbs in your tummy, like potatoes, fruits, veggies. These keep your hormones steady, especially in that luteal phase. Okay, so when can a longer fast be helpful for your body? There's definitely a time and a place for this extended fasting, but it should be done intentionally, not as a quick fix for weight loss. I would say 1 to 2 times a year, you can actually try a 72-hour fast that can help with deep cellular repair. And this allows your body to clear damaged cells and renew tissue. And again, this process, it's a mouthful, autophagy. I think that's how you pronounce it. Autophagy? Autophagy? Autophagy. Yeah, mouthful. Think of it like a reset for your gut and immune system. And this is not something to do often. Again, long fasts can be stressors, and your body needs to be strong, nourished, and prepared before attempting them. So, if you're not sleeping well, you're under eating, you're pregnant, you're breastfeeding, or you're juggling high stress, this is not your season for longer fasts. Start with that 12-hour overnight rest and repair fasting, like I mentioned before. If you are like, you know what, Shannon, I'm really curious about implementing this fasting routine, this is how I'd recommend doing it. Fasting should feel refreshing and not punishing. You should wake up with energy, you feel good, you feel lighter, not exhausted. So here's a good rhythm to try. So again, most days focus on that 12-hour overnight fast, 7 p.m. to 7 a.m., or if you eat late, like in my house, 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. And right before your period, don't fast. Just focus on rest, hydration, and nourishment. Once you hit mid-cycle, um, the best time to try this, especially if it's your first time, would be days 7 to 14. You could try to extend, 14 hours, see if it feels good, and eventually work up to those 16 hours. Because remember, you got a household to run, you got a lot of things on your plate. You should not feel weak or hangry in order to hit that 16 hours. And then last phase, that luteal phase, 15 plus days, go back to just those 12-hour fasts. You want to make sure fasting flows with your body. You're not forcing this. Because if you're fasting like a man, you're pushing harder, you're eating less, and wondering why you feel worse, girl, I got you. It's time to try something different. Your body is wise and it's constantly communicating. And when you honor its rhythms, you unlock deeper energy and confidence and balance that no quick fix can replicate. And right now, I have my coaching program open. So if you want a personalized plan to sync your nutrition, fasting, hormones, I offer one-on-one coaching. And we'll design a rhythm that supports your gut, hormones, and real life so you can feel your best without the burnout. You can go ahead and send me a DM on Instagram at Shannon Gets Fit with a Z, the word coach. So message me the word coach, and I will know that you listen to this podcast. And if you check the link in the show notes, you can also click that to book a complimentary call so we can get to know each other a little better. And if you have not done so already, please leave the podcast a review so more mamas like you can find it. Thank you so much for tuning in this week. I hope you have a wonderful week. I love you so much, and I can't wait to chat soon. Bye.